Good morning, everyone. Okay, we'll continue our book reading this morning, The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Liker and Karen Ross, The Lean Transformation in Service Organization. So far, we've been looking at the Toyota Way to Service Excellence. We've been looking at how Toyota has continued to evolve over the years. We've looked at how they have trained their pattern of training their leaders to be coaches. Yesterday looked at one of the ways in which they turn their leaders to coaches. One is teaching the principles of the Toyota way. And yesterday we also looked at wave 2, which is Toyota business practices. That is to put the theory into action. So to put the theory into action, you have to first of all create actions and process. Then also consider the 10 tangible values in the actions. The number one thing to do when creating actions and processes is to, one, clarify the problem, to break down the problem, to set improvement targets, to root cause analysis, develop countermeasure, see countermeasures through, monitor both results and process, standardize successful process. Then the 10 tangible values you have to consider when taking this action. You have to consider your customers first of all. You always have to consider, also have to consider, or rather confirm, the purpose of your work. Then you have to take ownership and responsibility. Then you also have to visualize the problem. Then your judgment based on fact, think, act persistently, speedy action in a timely manner, follow each process with sincerity and commitment, thorough communication, involve all stakeholders. So this is a Toyota business practicing for solving problem and also for developing people. So these action and processes and tangible values go hand in hand when you want to solve a problem and also when you want to develop people in your organization. So today we'll look at wave 3, said on the job development, to learn how to coach leaders. So you don't also learn when they are training you. You also learn on the job. As you're working, you're gaining more experience. As you're working with people, you're gaining more experience. You know what to do at what time. So today we'll start from there on page 36. Said wave 3, on the job development, to learn how to coach leaders. So just as a master would teach an apprentice in the days of small craft shop, the natural way of learning in Toyota is through on the job development, or learning by being coached by a master teacher, usually your manager. However, in the past, there was no handbook for the master teacher, and individual teachers developed their students in their own way. Toyota changed this by 2008. North America was selected as the global pilot for developing OJT training, that is on the job training or the job development training. Outside of Japan, North America was most advanced in learning the Toyota way and could identify with others globally who were learning it for the first time. The Japanese coordinators had done remarkably well teaching the Toyota way, but they had never had to learn about Toyota cultural explicitly. All their learning was implicit as tactic knowledge passed on through daily living in the company. For this reason, the United States and Canada had in some ways become better at formally teaching the Toyota way. The responsibilities for developing the OJT training program went to Latandra Newton, now Group Vice President of Toyota North America, then General Manager of Team Member Development Center. The OJT program The OJD program, her team developed in 2007 required as a prerequisite. In TBP training, the student learned to lead a major improvement project and had responsibilities for developing team members through the processes. Now, OJD training would elevate this to another level, as the OJD students would be expected to coach a person leading in the TBP project and the team. PDCA processes. Pick a problem with your team. Appropriately divide the work amongst accountable team members. Latondura's team developed a 4-step model for OJD that follows the PDCA process. 1. Pick a problem with your team. 2. Appropriately divide the work among accountable team members and make the direction compelling. 3. Execute within broad boundaries, monitor and coach. 4. Feedback, recognition, and reflection. So this is where we'll stop for our reading this morning, talking about the third wave, that is on the job training, OTJD or OJD. So first of all, there are 4 models or 4 steps for this on the job development. So one is to first of all pick a problem with your team. So the problem is actually selected by your leader or your coach. You're going to look for a way to solve this problem. You're going to make a plan on how to solve this problem, bring up a solution that is suitable to support or bring about a solution. Then we looked at number 2, the second step, which is appropriately divide the work among accountable team members and make the direction compelling. So you must, as a coach, you must convey to your students the purpose for each objective, the meaning of the work to any team member that you've assigned this thing to, so the person know what to do. The third one is execute within broad boundaries, monitor and coach. That is do and check. You teach them, you also check on, just like checks and balance. I'm going to teach you this thing, I want you to do it, and I'll come back and check if you're doing it the right way. Then there's also feedback, recognition, and reflection. So what achievements would that team member be reaching? As a coach or as a leader, you have to check out for that thing. You have to evaluate that team member's performance, recognize their achievements that they've gone through, or they've brought forward, or the achievement they've gotten from that training. Feedback on what they should improve on and how they can keep improving or do better next time in that particular project that they were assigned to. So that's just a brief summary of our reading this morning on the Toyota Way continues to evolve. Thank you.